This Assembly Audible podcast is sponsored by Orbitform. Orbitform experts deliver the right fastening, forming, and assembly solutions so manufacturers can achieve their desired outcomes. Find Orbitform online at www.orbitform.com. Fastening, forming, and assembly solutions done right, every time. Welcome to Assembly Audible. We explore and document the very best in people, processes, and technologies for assembling parts into finished products. I'm Jennifer Pierce, Multimedia Editor with Assembly Magazine. Without a doubt, forming and fastening are crucial elements of any successful assembly process. On this episode, we are joined by two longtime assembly subject matter experts, Jake Sponsler, the president of Orbitform, and Brian Wright, Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Orbitform designs and builds assembly machines to permanently fasten and form parts. They service a variety of industries, including aerospace, automotive, medical, hand tools, furniture, sporting goods, firearms constructions, HVAC, and consumer goods, with their lines of products and real-time service providers. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. It's an honor to be here.
It's great to have
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's dive right into the questions. Orbitform has quite an extensive collection of products. What new products has Orbitform recently developed?
Oh, well, thank you for asking, Jennifer. We've got 4 new products and features that we've been working on over the last 18 months. The first one, and all 4 of these are being highlighted at the show today and tomorrow. Our first one is in our orbital line, our Servo 1000, and that right now is the largest orbital forming servo-controlled head package on the global market. We can design it up to a thrust force of 40,000 pounds. The one we have on the floor is about 20,000 pounds. We have our jaw-lowering safety device, which is linked to our Impact product line. It has eliminated the safety probe, which a lot of times can be very cumbersome and interfering with many compound angle parts like fan blades to fan motors. So that's a really strong addition to our Impact line. We've also on our press line our bushing, flare, and flatten assembly, where we come down and flare a bushing on a pivot joint to 45 degrees and then flatten it and size the hole at the same time. And that joint is normally a bearing surface for a pivot joint. And then our fourth is our in-process torque check and monitoring of a movable joint. So those are our 4.
Okay, that's great. Going off script just a little bit, did I understand that you also have a service side to your business, that you provide real-time service, or?
We do. Jake, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, it's been a big focus of ours for a long time, and it's been a growth area for us where, we really feel like being at the customer's facility and helping them be successful for the life of production is really the role we play. It's not just as a machine provider. It's really how do we support them in their outcomes for the life of what they're manufacturing, because the more successful they are, we can be a trusted advisor and support them for long term.
I love that. I definitely noticed that when I checked out your website, so that's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do these products support the next assembly technology level for manufacturers?
Yeah, so I think it boils down to 3 main things. We're looking at products that are more precise, they're higher quality, we're with in-process quality checks, and then we're also providing products that are allow for better safe machines. So that's where our focus has been. That's where, it's not new. That's where customers have been going for a long time, but it's where we've, spent a lot of our time and effort in developing products that really support those needs from the customers.
Okay, that's great. Would you like to add anything? Seem like you had kind of an additional comment there for a moment.
I'm agreeing. I agree everything what Jake just said.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Stamp of approval then. Yeah. And okay, so what technologies are you seeing customers ask more for?
Sure. We've been over the last, I would say, 2 years, and it's starting to accelerate more. A lot of manufacturing linked to the manufacturing 4.0. With our servo-controlled processes and our orbital and radial riveting, as well as our roller forming, many customers are wanting to know that the process is good. Did I make a good part? And they want what we would call a closed-loop system. So they're looking for that type of process intelligence in a lot of the processes. so that it can minimize multiple checks or operations within their lean cell or their system. So that's a big one. Another big one is, of course, automation, which is a lot of what you're going to see at the assembly show.
Right.
A lot of companies involved in automation, and that automation is going to, along with the process intelligence, is going to be able to take that information, make machines smarter. Some of it, if you want to call it putting more brains to a machine, and then it's going to improve the throughput, it's going to improve the quality, and also with the labor challenges that we're seeing, many manufacturers are seeing, is leveraging automation of their skilled workers, so that some more of the redundant type operations, how can we automate that? And then again, their skilled workers, where can they leverage them elsewhere within the manufacturing process? So that's what we're seeing right now, and a lot of what Orbitform's been doing in terms of our product and process development has been supporting that, and again, going back to the manufacturing 4.0.
That's really interesting. Okay, that you kind of read my mind, because I was going to ask, how do these customer requests or need change your process? Because you guys have been around for a long time, right?
We have, since 1984.
Yeah,
and it's funny, we talk about pivot joints. A lot of our initiatives, we've designed our culture and our structure at Orbitform to be able to be flexible enough to pivot as needed to where the customers, most of those needs are. And so our goal is to deliver those types of solutions to give them the desired outcome they're looking for.
Okay, I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but can you think of an example of a product or something where you made changes based off of a customer's needs specifically? Or is that too far off of left field?
What industry would you like us to start with?
Oh, I don't know. Now this is getting fun.
I think the biggest application is really when we talk about the pivot joint testing, that's really from a customer demand standpoint.
Okay.
Historically, customers would just form the part and they'd check it later and they'd say, okay, half of these might be good, half of them might need to get reworked, or they just didn't have as precise of a part. But because customers have said, hey, we want a more precise product, we want to produce better product, we've developed this standardized offering so that we can support them faster, we can grow our internal intellectual property and understanding how we can support them better, just because they want to make a better product than they did 10 years ago.
Okay.
And they want to make it more efficient, so they want to do it right. They want to check it as they're making the part.
Okay, great, thanks. Yeah. I didn't mean to throw you a curveball, but I figured you were up for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Our catcher's mitt's big enough.
Okay, so where do you see forming and fastening assembly technology heading?
I think it's going to be continued focus on those areas of higher precision, more, big data is going to continue. Everybody's going to want to pull data from their machines and be able to react in time with that. They're going to be proactive with their maintenance. So, we talked about our service and support. Part of that is how do we build some of that automatically into our product offering so that our service and support team can be another arm to the customer to help them out and make sure their production works out. I also think that electrification is not just for automotive vehicles, that factories are going more electric, and so there's going to be a continued focus on how do we make more of our processes a servo-driven or electrical-driven process.
Okay, that's great. Well, I would like to say thank you. I know Orbitform sponsored Assembly Audible this year, and I just would like to say I really appreciate that. It gives us the opportunity to have conversations, and with the top level professionals, and gives me an opportunity to learn. So I sincerely appreciate the support that you gave and continue to give Assembly Audible.
It was our pleasure, and we appreciate thinking of Orbitform to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
I think you're doing a great job with it, so keep up the great work.
Thanks. Okay, I appreciate that. So I would like to know, have you been showing at the Assembly Show for a long time?
Coming out of the recession, I remember the day when I very clear to me, when Bill D.O. visited us and said, guys, BNP Media's taken over. We're going to start this assembly back up, and we want you to be a charter exhibitor, be a part of it, and help us. and he did a great job with regards to laying out the plan, the vision, and it was easy for us to say yes and say, yeah, we're ready to make the investment. And so we've been, other than the COVID year, we've been a part of assembly, since 2011, 2012, the whole 10 years. And we also, Bill asked us to be a charter exhibitor for Assembly South, so we're looking to be down in Nashville in April.
I have a good feeling about that. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Not just because it's a fun town to go to, but we think it's going to be an awesome event.
I think so too. Well, circling back to Orbitform, is there anything that you would like to close with? Anything that's on your radar, where you see the company heading? Any closing comments?
I'll say, and I think Jake may have something else as well to add, but Orbitform, with what we're doing, we're spending a lot of time and energy and money investing into what's the next generation processes. How do we get about? How do we stay on that leading edge of technology? And it's primarily for our customers, our customer base. We're seeing a lot of reshoring come back, and our customers need us. With regards to permanent assembly methods. With us being an expert at multiple processes like that, we're going to continue to invest. We plan to be around for years, for generations to come, and leverage up our engineering expertise to be able to get those solutions out there for the manufacturing world of multiple industries, and get our customers the desired outcomes that they deserve.
That's great.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue to do everything we can to be in the customers' facilities and helping them win. Like I said before, if they win, we win. And we want to be there, even if it's not directly related with our product. We have a lot of really, really smart, skilled manufacturing people who know assembly. They're going to direct them to somebody that can help them. And our job really is to be that conduit to help them out. And we're just going to continue to invest on that, make sure that our team's out in the field and back at the office doing everything they can to support.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today, and hopefully I will be I'm not sure, but I hope I am also recording podcasts at Assembly South. Another plug. This is a great podcast for all of my
Bill, did you hear that?
Yeah, exactly.
We support
that,
Bill.
I would love to come to Nashville. No, but seriously, thank you so much for your support and your time today, and best of luck at the show.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, Jennifer.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. For more insights on assembling discrete parts and to finished products and the people behind it all, visit our website, assemblymag.com. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast to keep up with our latest episodes. We're also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, so we invite you to follow us there too. This has been Assembly Audible. Thanks for listening.